Imagine discovering that entire communities once thrived where the ocean now stretches. Places lost to history beneath the waves. That's exactly the story unfolding in Denmark, where archaeologists have recently confirmed the existence of a Stone Age settlement submerged by rising seas about 8,500 years ago. But what's truly fascinating and just a little unsettling is how this echoes challenges we face today. The settlement, found just off Denmark's northern coast in Aarhus Bay, was claimed by the sea at the end of the last ice age, a time when global temperatures spiked and massive glaciers melted, causing the oceans to rise dramatically. Peter Mo Astrup, an underwater archaeologist with Denmark's Mesolithic Museum, puts it simply: we have a settlement that was located directly on the coast. Their mission is to piece together what life looked like in a coastal community teetering on the edge of such a monumental environmental shift. And here's where it gets especially intriguing. This isn't the first time humanity has had to grapple with rising seas and climate changes. The remains of this ancient village aren't just relics, they're clues. Archaeologists have uncovered animal bones, flint tools, arrowheads, a seal's tooth, and even a carved wooden artifact that might have served as a basic tool. These discoveries grant us a rare glimpse into daily existence for Stone Age hunter-gatherers, how they hunted, what they crafted, and perhaps even what they feared as their homes slowly slipped underwater. Picture a thriving community forced to relocate as their world quite literally vanished beneath their feet. Research at this site is part of a broader, ambitious international effort, a 6-year project including experts from Denmark, the UK, and Germany to map, investigate, and preserve submerged Stone Age settlements across Northern Europe. Notably, other investigation sites stretch across both the Baltic and North Seas. Scientists are employing fascinating techniques like Dendrochronology, which studies tree rings to pinpoint exactly when coastal trees perished, offering a surprisingly precise timeline of environmental change. When we obtain excellent quality samples with bark included, we can determine very precisely when these trees died on the coasts. Explains dendrochronologist Jonas Ogdal Jensen of Mesolithic Museum. The urgency is real. New data from the Australian agency CSIRO shows that since the last ice age, global sea levels have already soared by over 120 meters. Even more concerning, a United Nations report recently highlighted that the rate of sea level rise today is the fastest seen in 3,000 years. Here's the twist most people miss. The underwater archaeological race is on, not just for science, but because modern projects like offshore wind farms threaten to destroy these submerged windows into our shared past before they can be explored. What makes these underwater sites so valuable is their unique preservation. Ordinary settlements on land are eroded by wind, weather, and time. But underwater, in low oxygen conditions, artifacts can remain untouched for millennia, essentially freeze-framed in history. When sea levels rose, everything was preserved in an oxygen-free environment. Time just stops, Astrup says, underscoring the rarity of such finds. This is a high-stakes endeavor, supported by EU funding, about $15.5 million, involving multiple universities and research institutes, all aiming to capture this lost chapter of human history before it vanishes forever. Stepping back, it's sobering how history seems to be repeating itself. Millennia ago, people were forced to adapt, migrate, and reshape their societies in response to climate-driven surges in sea level. A narrative echoed in climate warnings we hear almost daily. With advanced tools, exhaustive data, and temperatures climbing almost every year, the scenario in which entire cities face the risk of submersion isn't just a historical curiosity. It's a possibility future generations may confront. But here's where debate heats up. Are we truly learning enough from our ancient past to make different choices today? Or are we on track to experience the same fate? So where do you stand? Does looking back at the lives of these ancient Danish settlers change your perspective on today's climate struggles? Do you see parallels or think the risks are exaggerated? We'd love to hear your take. Does history give us a roadmap or simply a warning? Jump into the comments and share your thoughts.